against you. So being the month on cybersecurity awareness, I have with me the very lovely Yvonne Chemutai, who's a cybersecurity enthusiast, and I have with me Mr. Charles Koech, who's a penetration tester. That's what you told me, penetration tester, and that's very interesting. What does a penetration tester do? If I may start with you, Mr. Charles.
Okay, a penetration tester is a information security specialist who does vulnerability assessment on systems, information systems. So they try to check if there are any loopholes in your system and then advise on what to do to improve on your security.
Ah, okay. Yeah, because that was when you told us that, it was a bit baffling. Oh, penetration tester, what okay, it's very interesting. Well, do welcome to our studios, and thank you very much for actually gracing this show. If I may start with you, lovely lady, Miss Yvonne Chemutai. In layman's language, you know, we always hear about, you know, cyber crime, cyber attack, and you're a cybersecurity enthusiast. In layman's language, to somebody who does not understand this term, what does cyber crime mean?
Okay, cyber crime is, it means it's when a person gets attacked through online, through your social media, through Facebook, through Twitter, and someone tries to get your information or gets to your personal information or your financial details.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's personal information and financial details.
Yes.
So if I can ask you, Mr. Charles, because of that, so that means it's only someone who's possibly working and getting an income who is at risk of being, you know, cyberly attacked, if I may use that term. Who is at risk? Which group of people is at risk of being attacked?
Okay, right now, everyone has access to a mobile phone.
Yes.
A laptop. So anyone, anywhere can be a target of an attacker, a hacker. So if you are any of your online activities, anything on the cyberspace could be a target.
Okay.
So you don't have to be working for a specific company, but if you're working for a bank, maybe the affinity will be higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So every criminal, I imagine that when there's a cyber crime, then they're called cyber criminals. Yeah. For every criminal, there's always a motive. Say if somebody murdered someone, there's a motive. Maybe that person owes money to this, you know, murderer, and they couldn't give back the money. So this person thought maybe this is the, you know, the best solution. So what could be the motive behind a cyber attack, Miss Yvonne?
Okay. When you're cyber attacked, especially by a cyber criminal, and maybe the cyber criminal is attacking maybe a company or an organization, most probably the cyber criminal might want the personal details of the clients, the personal details of the customers, the customer databases, and also maybe the financial details of that company or a person itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what kind of groups could actually you know, come to actually commit a cybercrime? Because sometimes we hear of government secrets being leaked. How do government, who is looking at government secrets? Is it terrorists? Is it maybe you know, just members of the society who actually want to bring an upheaval to oust maybe a particular government? Who are these people behind watching?
Okay, these people might be terrorists themselves. These people also might be the foreign governments who might really want government information, like from us, Kenya. Yeah, these people might be hackers. Yeah, anything anymore.
Okay, and for someone who isn't tech savvy, because you know, most of us buy these gadgets and we don't know anything about VPN, IP addresses. You know, I'm like, I as long as I make a call, I receive an email, and there's a pop-up, and I'm like, oh my god, this pop-up always, oh god, what is this? For someone who's not tech savvy, how do you know that actually possibly there's a possible attack on, you know, my activities online? How do you know that, Mr. Charles?
Okay, first, you'll have, there is what we call an anomaly. That is something very unusual. You've been using your tablet for like a month.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, it's experiencing some, maybe you don't have bundles, or it's suddenly overheating. That could be as a result of someone is using your device remotely from somewhere.
Yes.
So it needs to be very, you need to know what exactly is happening in your device at each and every time. Every time you notice something and that is not normal, maybe you need to check on it, update your device, and try to see all the traffic or any activity that's going on without you initiating it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but sometimes, you know, your phone just hangs for like 5 minutes, it hangs. Or sometimes you switch on your phone and say, for example, mine, it's a Nokia, and it just, you know, hangs on that Nokia for 5 minutes. How would you suspect anything is happening, Miss Yvonne?
Probably it might not really be you being attacked at that moment. Maybe it's because you've not updated your system for a long time, and that's why you're being advised to always update your system, because once you update your system, it also you're also protecting your devices from being attacked.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not necessarily that you're being attacked, but maybe you need to update your system.
Oh, so you update your system.
Yes.
Okay, and there's a question that has just come in. Somebody's asking, now that I've seen malicious or suspicious activity on my phone, how do I actually know where it is coming from? Because definitely when there's a problem somewhere, there must be a source of that problem. You know, I am coughing, say for example, and it must be a particular virus I picked from somewhere. That's the source. It's probably on my throat, in the chest. So how do you know where is the source of the attack, Mr. Charles?
Okay, attacks comes from anywhere, but basically it has something to do with your online activities. So to know the source of the attack, either if you're working in an organization, the IT department can help with that. They have logs of what's happening in each and every device. That is, if they have a firewall or a logging system. So from there you can access and see the traffic that is going on from your phone to the outside world.
Okay.
And from there you can now trace and see which country or which IP address or from which location the traffic is either going to or coming from.
Okay. I have a very interesting question here that I got yesterday from one of my friends, and she asked, if I can ask you, we have heard of cyberbullying. Is cyberbullying a crime?
Yes, it is.
Is it a cyber crime?
Yes, it is.
So, see, for any perpetrator of cyberbullying, what are the measures that can be taken? Say, for example, like say on social media platforms, what are the measures that can be taken to actually protect some individuals from cyberbullying?
Okay. If you're a victim of cyberbullying, first I would encourage you to report it. You should report that you're being cyberbullied. Secondly, you should also block that person that is cyberbullying you. And also, after reporting it, make sure that the authorities of where you reported, it's maybe an adult or someone that can really help you.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me just remember, ladies and gentlemen watching Tech Tuesday this morning, you can contribute on our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Horizontv Kenya. And you can also check us on YouTube, Horizontv Kenya Live, and you can make your comments there too. We'll be taking a look at those comments in a few minutes. I do have some questions coming in on some of them WhatsApp, some of them Facebook, and somebody is asking, say I have blocked that person. Now, does that mean with all this cyberbullying wahala, okay, with all this cyberbullying, I think issues, that's what she meant, does it mean now we cannot put our personal information on social media platforms? Mr. Charles, if I can direct that question to you.
Okay, personal information can be attacked of an attack, but now you need to know what to share and what not to, because your personal information is very sensitive. You don't have to share everything on social media. For example, Facebook, they just need to share something that can maybe enable your Facebook page to run. So you don't have to share information like bank details, your location, where you are going. Such stuff will...
But don't you think that is very difficult today? Because if anybody walks out their door, they'll be like, ka-choo, getting out of the office, ka-choo, heading to the matatu, ka-choo, everything. So now you're telling people not to share their location. What other information should they actually keep secret? Miss Yvonne, what other information should you hold so that you can actually protect yourself from, you know, a prominent cyber attack?
Okay, most of the times we're being sent links maybe on WhatsApp, on your emails, and it's most of the time people click on them and actually give their information, of which it's not supposed to be. You should always make sure that wherever that link is coming, it's a safe place, so that when you're giving information, you know who you're giving that information to, and it's a trusted person.
And how do you know that this link is actually safe?
You'd know this link is actually safe maybe by calling maybe the company. If it's something like a certain organization has sent you an email, make sure you check by them that they've actually sent an email, because people use them. People use them to get malicious to your accounts. Yes.
Okay. Mr. Charles, where do we stand as a country as far as cybersecurity is concerned?
Okay, globally, I can say Kenya is at a good level, because right now we are doing security awareness. We have several organizations running the same. She-Hacks, for example, they are doing a serious campaign on the what can I say, on these campaigns to do with the gender equity. They want the ladies in cybersecurity to actually lead. So that is a very important step for Kenya as a country. Ladies championing cybersecurity.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you think is the role the government should play? Because from what you've told me, that means these are private firms that are actually doing these campaigns for cybersecurity. What is the role the government should play?
Okay, I think the role the government should play is to create awareness to people, because most of the people get attacked and they're not aware. That's why most even number of cyber threats, that's when they increase, because people are not aware of these cyber attacks. So I think the most thing that they should do is to create awareness.
And a question there has just come, Mr. Charles, if I can ask you, do you think that cyber education should be included in the curriculum for schools, and at what stage?
Okay, I will say cyber security should be added actually as a complete module, maybe from university level.
University level?
Yes. Because major issues happens maybe for organizations. For example, there is what we call insider threat, and sometimes it happens because of maybe the interns. So interns just are fresh graduates, and they do not know anything happening in the job market, and sometimes they could be the one leading the attackers to the systems. So if they are cyber aware from the campus, I think that is when the organization will be safer.
Okay, and there's a question that has just come in. If I can take a look at my Facebook here, there's a lady who's asking from that point. Wow, okay. From that point, she asks, question to Miss Yvonne. The other day, we saw children going online and becoming perpetrators of bullying. Okay, yes. And here we are being told that education should start in university. How come, why don't we involve this in primary schools? How can we teach our children to identify bullying, and if they are perpetrators, and if they can become criminals?
I think the first step starts from the parents themselves, because the parents, they spend, actually these gadgets are bought by the parents.
Okay.
So the parents should be more careful on what they're watching and how they're using it. So the responsibility lies on the parents, and also not only the parents but also even the government and even the teachers back at school. They should also always encourage them to always watch the right things online. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it should be a collaborative effort between
between
parents,
the government, and also the parents, and also the teachers at school.
and home care.
Yes.
Okay. So definitely, I think we'll be taking our fast break right now. When we come back, we'll continue with cyber awareness. Remember, you can continue to contribute on social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Horizontv Kenya, or you can chat with me directly on my Facebook, as some of you have already started. Keep on sending your questions. This is the month where you can get some awareness on cyber security, and I'm already getting questions here. Okay, see you in a short while. When we come back, I'll be addressing some of those issues you have.
Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban. You are watching the Sabah Show. Keep it locked right here on Horizon TV.
The Messenger of Allah said, whoever says when the morning comes, رَضِيتُ بِاللَّهِ رَبًّا وَبِالْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا, wa bi Muhammadin nabiyya, meaning I am pleased with Allah as the Lord and with Islam as a religion and with Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam as a prophet. Then I am the guarantor that I will take him by his hand until I put him into Jannah.
Akawa Abdul Muttalib ampenda sana Mtume sallam hata kushinda watoto wake. Na Abdul Muttalib, Mtume Muhammad sallam alikuwa ni mjukuu wake. Abu Talib na babake Mtume sallam dimba ndugu, tumbo moja, mama moja, baba moja. Baada ya miaka miwili Abdul Muttalib kufa, alipofika miaka 10 wakaamua kufunga safari kwenda Sham, kwenda kufanya biashara. Faqala rahib, huyu mtoto akifika akionekana dola ya Rum watamuua. Akaamua kurudi kuweza kuishi katika mji wa Makka kwa mara nyingine.
Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban. You are watching the Sabah Show. Keep it locked right here on Horizon TV.
Yes, karibu tena. You're in the second segment watching the Sabah Show Tech Tuesday with Mariam Wacharo standing in for Yusuf Farah. We are on Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and that's what we're talking about here. And I have Javier Cachafero there on Facebook. I think that's your name. You say bom dia, como estás, and that is good morning in Portuguese. And you asked a question that I really do not understand it. Could you kindly text that question again on my Facebook? But if we can continue, what if I can ask Mr. Charles there, what are the activities that could actually warrant to be a cyber crime?
Okay, cybercrime can come in several categories. For example, spying on someone's mobile phone, for example, that is a cybercrime on its own. Another one is accessing information systems of an organization without permission. Sometimes organizations may want to sponsor an attack on one of their competitors. That's a cybercrime. Cyberbullying is another one.
Okay.
Phishing, that is emails.
Yes.
That's a cybercrime.
Okay, yeah. And we'll come to that very shortly. But if you can and ask Miss Yvonne here, is there a special division in Kenya just for cybercrime?
Yes, there is.
Just like in any other countries?
Yes.
And how does someone get access to this? Because most people actually do not know.
You can get to this through incident@ksat.go.ke. This is a division under the Communications Authority that when you're attacked, that's where you can report.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Charles, if I can ask you, what is the difference between cybersecurity and a hacking incident?
Okay, cybersecurity could be hacking, but ethical. So you're doing an hacking, but you have the permission to hack the system.
Also, someone can actually have permission to hack a system?
Yeah, that is what penetration testers do.
Okay.
They hack a system, but with permission. Then hacking, if it's black hacking, that is when you don't have permission, you're just hacking a system either with the intention of stealing information, going away with money. That is now an hacking incident.
Okay, so we did talk about phishing there. We mentioned that word, and and it usually comes up when you talk about cybersecurity. What does phishing mean, Miss Yvonne?
Okay, phishing means it's a social engineering attack, and this is when they hackers or malicious people send emails pretending to be other companies, send emails to people pretending to be other companies, and they do this so that they can get people's information, login credential or credit numbers.
Okay.
Yes.
And okay, Javier there has sent his question, and I think it was based on phishing. He says, I've been getting text messages, and I know I'm not the first one to get this text message that I am so and so from this country. I have money in an account, but I'm very sick, and I would like us to speak on further notice. Okay, in short, I think he says that he's been getting messages from people saying that they have some money in their account. Is this a phishing incident, and how come it is coming to my messages and not online? As you have said, hacking and cybersecurity issues are online. Who would like to address that?
Okay, I
Mr.
can
Charles.
take on that. Phishing is basically on emails, but now there is an SMS version. You can call it smishing. So that is where someone could be sending you SMS. Someone, a stranger, you have not shared a number with. So it could be, it's because of your information was leaked, either in one of the companies where you buy stuff, or where you have your information, like Safaricom, for example. If the information is leaked, that means any attacker can have access to your phone numbers, and they can use the same to just send any messages. It could be threats, it could be trying to get your financial information and something like that. So it doesn't have to be like purely online.
Yes.
It can be through mobile phone.
Mobile phone as well.
Yes.
Okay, someone else is also asking, sometimes when we browse through internet, we get these pop-ups that say you have won a phone, click and claim your prize. Is this someone trying to cyber attack me? Yes.
Yes, it's a form of smishing, and that's really dangerous. So don't click on this site, because once you click, your credential will be taken and someone might attack you.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, I think this is the same repetition. I think that he meant the same thing, because someone else is saying sometimes you get this wheel on games. Okay, there's a question. How do I secure my games when I download them? Because sometimes I get a pop-up to spin a wheel and it takes me online, and then my phone goes off. What is happening?
Okay, mobile phones, you have to be where you get your games from. It has to be an official website. Or, for example, if it's an Android phone,
Yes.
it has to be Play Store. If it's an iPhone, it has to be App Store. Nowhere else. Anything from a different place could have something behind.
Yeah.
Someone could have a backdoor in that application, and that is where you will get things like spinning the wheel that will take you to a website which shuts down your phone. Yeah. So you have to be very careful on what you click. You need to know exactly before you do it. So sometimes you do it and then you realize, oh, I've been hacked.
Yeah, so keep on sending your questions and your comments on our social media platforms. On Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter is at Horizontv Kenya, or rather you can chat with me directly on my Facebook at Mariam Kasim. I see most of you are sending in your questions back and forth. Please continue to send in your questions. Some of them are repetitions, but if we can continue. What simple safety hacks can a person who isn't actually tech savvy practice online? Miss Yvonne.
One of the things that one should do to protect yourself online is to make sure you set strong passwords and always change your passwords.
Yeah.
Also, people are used to going to public places and using free Wi-Fi. If it's possible, we should avoid that. This will help us avoid being attacked. Also, the third thing is we should also update our systems most of the time. This will really help us be safe online.
And what about a company? You know, when she said you go to a public place and you use public network, most of us, I know, are culprits. You get somewhere and you see Utali network and you're like, oh, connect, and you have to log in. But if I can ask a question before I come to this other question, most of the hotels, when you visit hotels, 5 stars sometimes, hotels, you just have to log into their Wi-Fi network. Does that also expose you to a prominent cyber attack?
Yes. Okay. Hotels normally have a free Wi-Fi, and that free Wi-Fi can become someone else can create the same with the same name, so you might be connecting to an attacker's Wi-Fi instead of the official hotel Wi-Fi. So if you are connected to the attacker's Wi-Fi, that is when your information can be siphoned.
Okay.
All your private information. So to secure that, you need something like a VPN. That will help you in maybe encrypting your data, so the person in the middle cannot know what you're doing on your device, and that can at least secure your online activities.
And in layman's language, what is a VPN?
Okay, a VPN is a form of a software that is used to secure your information before you send it out to another device somewhere. For example, if it's on Facebook, before you send your data to Facebook servers, the VPN encrypts it, and then now before you send it, it's encrypted, and then on reaching the Facebook server, they can be decrypted, and the same can be posted over there.
There's a question here that has come in, and it's rather okay. Mwinyi here, Ali says, I have access to the dark web. Tell me something about the dark web, and if I have access to hacking, or if someone can hack me. Miss Yvonne?
I can maybe push that question to him.
Yes, Mr. Charles. Can you respond to this question?
Okay, dark web. It's a place where several things illegal happens.
Okay.
Though some good things can also be going on. But now you need to be very careful on what you're doing if you have access to it, because that is where you'll have a lot of criminals, and you can easily be attacked. Yeah, you are accessing the dark web.
What can institutions do in order to, you've talked about what a person can do, the simple hacks that a person can do on their phone, maybe on their computer, update, download stuff from, websites that are known, or from the Play Store or the iCloud, right? What about an institution? Every institution has its own, protocol or secrets that it does not want to be seen or gotten by a probable attacker. What can an institution say like this do to protect its information?
Institutions have, let's say, if they have an IT department, they'll have things like ICT policy, which will monitor or control the usage of computer devices in the organizations. They should also have something like a firewall for tracking and seeing the traffic coming in and going out of the network. And also they have to conduct penetration testing on their systems. A penetration testing will help them in advising like where to improve on their systems, and if there are any loopholes that attackers can use, penetration test can be of great help, and they should do cyber awareness with their employees. They need to have maybe something monthly way of making people aware of the attacks that can happen. They need to know, they need to monitor the activities of the employees, maybe control their internet usage and something like that.
Okay. Miss Yvonne, if you can add on to that question, if you have any more points, because it's a question that is actually related to that, and this guy is actually asking some of us to, when we work in our companies, says tunafanya kazi, but we don't know anything about cyber security ama cyber awareness. In fact, nimejua hii leo thanks to your program. Mimi kama mfanyikazi kwa kampuni tu ya kawaida, I am just a secretary. How do I protect information that I deal with, because everything that goes to my boss passes through me, and my boss was recently attacked. Okay, that is an incident that happened. So she's a secretary, and she's asking, how does she become the protection barrier between the information that she has in the company, because she has no awareness of any form of cyber security?
Okay, I would also advise the institution to always also create this awareness to employees, when they're being trained, because it's really necessary. That is when you know you're being attacked or there's something suspicious in their network.
Okay.
So despite even the IT dealing with it, also the employees from other departments should also be aware of the cyber attacks.
Okay.
Yes.
And okay, there's a question there from Kyla Zura. Kyla Zura is saying, recently when I was on my Instagram page, I've landed another Instagram page with the same user and my pictures also being used, and this has happened several times. What do I do, Mr. Charles? Okay, Mr. Charles, what can Zura do about her Instagram page?
Okay, that is online identity theft. So someone has information. That is, as we were saying before, the information you share online, someone can profile you from the same. So what she needs to do is report the incident to Instagram, and then now they'll have to verify the account, the real ownership, and then now they will follow up on the same. So she has to report the incident to Instagram. Yeah, that's Facebook.
That's Facebook and Instagram as well.
Yes.
Okay. Definitely continue to send in your queries and your questions on our social media platforms. We're talking about cybersecurity awareness, being the Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Tech Tuesday with Mariam Wacharo sitting in for Yusuf Farah. You're watching the premier Islamic TV station Horizon TV. We're taking a short break. We'll be right back.
Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban. You are watching the Sabah Show. Keep it locked right here on Horizon TV.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.
Wake up to exciting mornings every day. Active Jumatatu with Muhammad Obura. Tech Tuesday with Yusuf Farah. Wednesday, the special edition Business Chat with Ibtisam Jamal. All about your health on Healthy Thursdays with Mariam Wacharo. Aisha Khan with thorny pertinent issues every Friday on the Round Table. Fresh discussions, direct probe in Sabah Show, only on Horizon TV.
Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban. You are watching the Sabah Show. Keep it locked right here on Horizon TV.
Yes, welcome to the very last segment of Tech Tuesday today with Mariam Wacharo sitting in, standing in, whichever suits you best for our very own Yusuf Farah. We are talking about cybersecurity awareness, and I have with me the lovely Yvonne Chemutai and Charles Koech, who've actually been really helping us with information on cybersecurity. Remember that our lines are also open. You can give us calls directly to our studio to give us any questions or queries that you may have on the same topic. Continue to send in your comments like you already are on social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Horizontv Kenya, or you can chat with me directly on my Facebook at Mariam Kasim, sending your comments and we'll be taking a look at them. If I may come back to Mr. Charles, how does one configure an attack, a phishing attack or a smishing attack?
A phishing attack is always something targeting someone, either an organization or an individual. So an email is normally used because that is can be a loophole. It's you access an email either through your mobile phone or your computer. So an email can be sent to you claiming, or it looks legit but it's not. So if it's an organization like Horizon TV, for example, you might get an email from like Mariam at Horizon TV, but Horizon with one, not I.
Okay.
Somewhere. That is something a domain similar to Horizontv. So anyone can receive an email from Miriam at Horizon. If it's someone within the organization, they'll be tempted to click on it. And on clicking on that, they'll be giving out the information to the attackers. So you need to be very careful on any email that is coming to your inbox. You have to verify the address and before you click it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you also talked about smishing. So what about smishing when you're on your phone?
Yes.
Because it's very hard. You know, sometimes you just look at your phone and you're just clicking on all the notifications that come. How do you ascertain that you're actually safe?
That is now your online activity. What you are seeing online, all those pop-ups are related to what you did previously. Most of the websites are tracking your location, tracking your activity. So what you can do is maybe disable your location tracking, or even don't visit sites that can easily track your online activity.
Okay.
Because that is where they will make an attack or a customized attack based on what you were doing before.
And someone here is asking that they quite did not understand, but how do you spot the red flag? And I think that's what they mean. How do you spot the red flag in case if a phishing incident happens, Miss Yvonne?
Most of the attackers, what they do when they send emails is they tell you to reply immediately. So that need of urgency should raise an alarm that this is a phishing going on. Also, when this email, most of the times they're using organizations, yes, and it's very rare for you to find emails from organizations that have gmail.com. So when they have gmail.com, you should really be careful because organizations use their own domains.
Okay.
Yes.
Those are the only two incidences that you can actually be careful on?
Yes, because those are the most that happen. They are very frequent. So you should also always check up on that most of the times.
Okay, if I can ask, with all this talk about cybercrime involving also hacking as well, so what about, you know, we always go for movies, to movie booths, these movie places in town, in the streets. Are those people hacking websites for movies? Is that a crime? Mr. Charles? Are they cyber criminals?
For the movies, they may be or they may be not. It depends. If they have the license, they are not. If they don't, then they are.
So how do you know someone has a license?
Okay, if you are an authorized...
Here is Mariam Mwacharo.
Yes.
I have gone to a movie place, shop, just at home. Ni downloadie Fast and Furious 2037. How do I know this person has a license?
Okay, if he is doing the business of selling movies and he has the license from maybe the county, they'll have to check with the copyrights. If they are doing anything fishy, I'm very sure their license will be revoked or something like that. So if they have a valid license, it means the activities are okay and feel free to buy your movies. But if you are the one downloading, anything you're downloading for free may not be free as it is. It can be coming with something. So sometimes you download a movie, and then every time you're watching that movie, someone is also going through your computer if you're online. So anything free from the internet is not actually free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know that is very attractive. Many of us usually like to see free download music free here. You must actually pay to get whatever you're watching or whatever you're listening to online. Be very careful on that. There's a question here. Mose is asking, I have been using this okay, I will hide the name. I have been using this antivirus on my phone and I have paid for it now for 1 year. However, many times I do get pop-ups, and one day I clicked on one and there's been funny activity in my phone. Please advise.
Okay, I would advise him to update his system.
His antivirus
his system, because once you update, everything will be up to date, so it will be very hard for the attackers to attack your system. because they don't know what new any new thing has come after you update. So they will find it hard to attack you. So I would advise for him to update his system.
Okay, remember that our lines are also open. You can call us directly on our studio on the lines on your television, or if you're watching us online, you can call us on those lines and ask your questions, sending your comments as well on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Horizontv Kenya, or you can chat with me directly on my Facebook at Mariam Kasim there, and I'll be responding to your queries. Muse, kindly update your antivirus and everything is going to be fine on your phone. Okay, there's a question here that has come in. Kindly, she says, I have been working in the IT department as an intern in this company, and I have seen, okay. I do not understand your question. Khadiza, I do not understand your question. You've been working as an intern in this company, and you have seen there's a word there that you have used. I cannot see it properly. I can see that you're typing. Kindly sending your question and we'll be responding. Let me go to Juma Mustafa there. You've asked me a question on Facebook, and you say, kindly delve more into the matter of securing my tablet, because sometimes we can link our devices together. My phone is linked to my watch, which is linked to my tablet and my computer. How do I secure them, having the knowledge that I have kids at home and they have access to internet? You said, okay, I think these are so many questions, so let's start with that. So someone did not understand how they can secure all their tablets together online. They leave them at home and they are linked to the watch. That's the first question. How do I better secure my devices?
By setting strong passwords and also changing your passwords oftenly. Yes. You change.
So Mr. Juma there, change your passwords often and set a strong password. A strong password is what? Because, okay, let me just give you an example, yeah? Maybe I can direct this question to Mr. Charles. My name is Mariam Mwacharo. And, we have these names, these family names, these tribal names, yeah? You can hear people like us, Digos, we can have Mwachimbugwa, Mwachivedi, Mwachi Jegere, something like that. Yes. So do I use such a name, or must I mix symbols and dots and numbers? What is a strong password? When you say set a strong password, should I use all the names that I have? If, say, for example, I'm Mariam, Muhammad, Kasim, Zaid, Isa, someone, should I use all my names as a password? What is a strong password?
Okay, a strong password is something unique. It must not be related to you in any way. It's something out of the blues that you are the only one who knows. So it doesn't have to be related to either your family, where you school, or even your friends. Your favorite pet, for example. It doesn't have to be related to that. So it has to be at least maybe 8 characters long and a combination of letters and numbers, and also the special characters, a dot, exclamation mark. So that will at least make your password stronger. If you can use what you call a passphrase, so that is now a full sentence which you can construct as a password. That will be more safer.
Okay. Yeah. So Juma there umeuliza swali lako. A strong password I asked for you is it doesn't have to be your name and everything. You can actually have a passphrase, yeah? Phrase, yeah, a sentence that you can remember, because I know most of the time people usually set passwords and they forget when they have mixed these symbols and numbers and everything. And then his second question is, how do I make sure that my children at home are safe, because they have access to my Wi-Fi and my internet, and I might have secured my devices, but they may go into sites that I may not know. How do I take a look at that when I come back home?
When children are using these gadgets, they may go into sites that are not friendly to them, and for this, what you have to do is there's some software that protects children against that. That when they download and they go to these sites, it shows them that it's adult content, so they shouldn't go to these contents. So they are blocked from accessing those content. So I would advise him or her to, or even anyone who has children at home and using these gadgets, to also download the softwares to protect children from accessing sites that can be harmful to them.
Okay, so that was your second question, Juma. You can actually, I think you had it from the lovely lady Yvonne there, and she said that you can actually have some blockage from accessing some of the sites that your children can actually get. I can see Mose, you've sent another question, but you've put it in short. Kindly, some of us do not understand these short languages, the way you write code and CLD. Kindly tuma text yako, because it's in Swahili and English. Kindly send that question again and I'll be able to answer. If I may, just as we continue to wrap up, sometimes we hear people say that my account has been hacked, and that's a question that I've gotten, and someone else is pretending to be me. So how do you tell that that is happening to you? Because someone has asked, my account was hacked and I didn't even know that it was hacked. I continued using it and we were using it, 2 people. So how do I know that I have actually been hacked? Mr. Charles.
A clarification, maybe. The account, is it a bank account or online account?
It's a social media account.
Okay. If it's a social media account and that's been, you'll have to monitor you. Yeah, you can, if it's on Facebook or Gmail, for example, you can see the activities, like you can see where your account is logged in from. So if that's been hacked, you will see like there is a new location in your activities. So if it's Gmail, you have to go to settings and check your previous activities. If it's on Facebook, the same, you can see what is happening on your account and where it's logged in from. Someone can be logging in from Mombasa and you're in Kisumu. So that one should tell you that someone is using your account and you have been hacked. So what you need to do is sign out from all the devices and then I'll sign in as you and immediately change the password.
Okay.
And maybe even update your email if you're using emails to log in. That is if it's on Facebook. If it's Gmail, you'll have to change the password and use what we call a 2-factor authentication. That will involve the use of a password and a code that will be sent to your phone. So with that one, it will be very hard for someone to hack your account.
Okay, I think Muse there, you say thank you very much. Umeniulizia hiyo swali nimeelewa. That is all I was saying. It is in my language. I'm sorry. Okay, Muse, thank you very much for the contribution and you're very welcome for that answer. Let me have your parting shots, Miss Yvonne, and then we can come back to you as we wrap up this program.
Okay. I'd advise people out there that do not give out your login details or your personal information to people that you don't know or you don't trust, because there are people out there who really want your information to attack you. So be careful on who you give your information.
Okay, parting shots, Mr. Charles.
Hacking, I would say hacking is real. It's happening. If it hasn't happened to you, it might be happening soon, or it's something that is coming. So you need to be very careful on what to share, and you need to learn on how to respond to. You need to be very careful. Try to see the operations of your mobile devices, for example. If it's a laptop, make sure you have the latest antivirus. You have the latest updates from, if you're using Windows, latest from Windows. If you're using Mac OS, if you're using iOS, latest updates from the offenders. And any system, make sure it has the latest updates. That is the most important. All the updates comes in with security fixes. So make sure you update, and also your online activities. A parent, for example, should have parental control in all the devices for their children.
Okay,
that is
thank
where
you
they
very
can
much.
do their monitoring.
Okay, thank you very much, and thank you very much for gracing this show. We've definitely learned a lot, and I can see there's a question that's actually a repetition there. Khadiza, again, we did answer that question. We said when you're setting your password, and I remember you're asking about the name. Yes, okay, you do not have to put your name. Like I gave you an example, Maria Mohammed Kasim Mwacharo, Zaid Al Nahyan, secondary. You can put a sentence that you can remember, or a strong password which involves a combination of maybe a word and other numbers or asterisks or anything. So if you think you can forget it, you can have a sentence, or if you do have a long name like Mariam here and you'd like to involve your school as well, Zaid and Khalifa, then go ahead and do it, as long as you remember it and it is a strong password. And thank you very much, especially to you, our audience, for tuning in to the premier Islamic TV station Horizon TV. We've come to the end. I'd like to say special thanks to my team at the back there at the gallery, from my producer Isam Tama. We have the very lovely assistant there, Saida Aboud, the sound man there, Mr. Otweo. Thank you very much. Sadiqa Bitham, and internet social media platform there. Thank you. Special thanks to you and our technical operators all the way from Hashim, Su, Abdo, and everybody. Nasir, I haven't forgotten you. Thank you very much. And to everybody who's actually contributed to the success of this show, I say thank you. And to you, our audience, from me, is ma'as-salam.
Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban. You are watching the Sabah Show. Keep it locked right here on Horizon TV.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.